Hello students, this is Markov chain account receivable analysis part 2. In the part 1 we have come up to this step, the step number second, compute matrix I minus Q, right? So once that I minus Q is computed, which is simply the subtraction from identity matrix, the Q matrix, and Q matrix is coming from this part of the original complete matrix, right? So I minus Q is this value, and now we want to find out the inverse of this matrix I minus Q. And how to find out inverse is given on page 815 here. So let me just quickly take you to 815, which is the appendix for this particular chapter, and you will see here matrix inversion 815 here, right? uh, yes, so inverse of a matrix. So from here to here the inverse of matrix is given. I have also taken this to this particular page here, and matrix inverse, the inverse of matrix A is another matrix denoted by A inverse. So if this is your matrix A11, A12, A22, 21 and A22, so first you will find out the determinant, right? So determinant is D, which is cross multiplication A11, A22 minus this cross multiplication. So it is simple to calculate D. Once you have this D, which is coming to 0.54, you will be using this matrix. See, our A matrix is this, right? So here what is going to happen is this 2 0.7 0.9 will change their positions. This 2 will remain in their position but change their signs, and all the 4 will be divided by 0.54. So this particular matrix A11, sorry, A will get transformed like this: 0.94, 0.9 divided by 0.54 here, 0.7 divided by 0.54 here, 0.3 subtract whatever is the sign, you will change the sign and divide it by 0.54, and this also divided by 0.54. These two will remain the same. See, A12, A21 remains in the same position, A12, A21, but these two will change. A22 comes here, A11 comes here. So this is how you find out the matrix. So this matrix is now used for further processing. So we are on 803 here. Let me just take you there again. Right, right. So 803. So we have calculated this n, which is called as fundamental matrix. N is called as a fundamental matrix, and it is nothing but the reverse of inverse of I minus Q. So we got this particular answer here for I minus Q, and now n is there. We are going to multiply n with R. So R is our this matrix, which comes from the this small portion of the original matrix. So n into R is calculated. Again, you know how to calculate it. This into this plus this into this. 1.7667 into 0 plus 0.56 into zero point 0.2. So this first row, first column will come here. First row, second column will come here. Second row, first column will come here, 0.74, and second row and second column will come here. So we have got this NR calculated. Now the next step is to establish B. So if you see here, the 6, we have come up to this NR. Now establish B, and they have already given us B as 1000 and 2000, which is the current state of your accounts, and it is already given here as 1000 and 2000. 1000 is 0 to 30-day category receivables, 2000 is 0 to this should be 31 to 90 days category. This is wrong. This is 31 to 90 days category, right? right? And so these two values are given here, 1000 and 2000. So we will multiply this b value b with nr, this answer, and when you multiply you will get this 2370 and 630. So clearly what it means is that your first value is what you are going to get recover, will be recovered. So thus we see that, sorry, thus we see that out of that 3000, 2370 will be received, and that is recoverable, and 630 is will be lost as your bad debt, or it will move to bad debt. So the accounts department has to make provisions for 630 as accounts which are going to be bad debts, and 2370 will be received. Now what happens is that whenever there is such a situation, if the organization finds that the bad debts is too heavy, is going to be a big sum, then they can suggest something which is called as early payment discounts or cash discounts, etc. And when you give that policy or give that incentive to the customers, they may start paying early, because to take advantage of their discounts. And when it happens, your this particular matrix will undergo a change. Now this particular portion of the matrix will undergo a change, and if such policy is introduced, there will be a cost attached to it. Obviously whenever we are giving discount, we are going to spend money, but you can see that there is a change in the matrix now. So you can see these values are changed, and with this the organization can again find out what will be the bad debts. Sorry. And it comes that when you do this again, you will find out with this new matrix, you again follow the same steps, and you will find out that it is now changed to this new values. Earlier it was 630, now it has come down to 490. Obviously there will be a saving of $140, so which is around 4.7 reduction in bad debt expenses. But in case you are spending more money than this $140 as discounts, then this particular what a credit policy or new credit policy should not be implemented, obviously, because organization will undergo a loss. So this is how you can suggest, if it is a 20 marks problem, you may expect this two types, two times you have to do the process and suggest what is to be done. I also mentioned earlier that although this is account receivable analysis, you can also get similar problems in terms of some other application. For example, if you consider this as a situation where there is a COVID-like situation, and there are patients which are there in the in the hospitals or the camps where they are getting treated. Some of them are in the stage where there is a high probability that they will be recovered. Some of them are in the worst stage. They have a little bit more or lesser probability to get recovered. Basically, these two are the transition probabilities. You can say that stage 3 is patients who are in good condition but they are not fully recovered. State 4 are a little bit bad condition but they are still struggling. State 1 are the one who have fully recovered, and state 2 will be the one who have we lost, we could not save, right? So even in that situation also we can use the same Markov process which we have just now done for account receivable to find out from the given number of patients in state 3 and state 4, finally how many will be we will be able to save, and how many we will not be able to save, that how many will be dead. So even that particular application is similar to this application, and you may find that coming in an examination, but you have to just follow the same stage. So this one is the stages we are following. Divide the matrix into four matrices. Compute IQ, I minus Q. Compute N, which is inverse of I minus Q. Compute NR and compute establish B1 and compute BNR and establish the required estimates for this matrix. So this is what are the 7 steps, and this is a information about the how to carry out this matrix inverse. So this ends the Markov chains series of lectures. Thank you.